get fucking excited for the next comedian, Matthew Doyle-Perez. Who's with the first? That's how you do that. Get from Michael, everybody. Oh no, it's all segregated, the crowd. We got, BET over here. We got ladies that want to see the theater and guys that want to just see somebody shoot a 3 from deep. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah, man. Shit. You're just reading like, come on, motherfucker, make me laugh. Okay. We got this. Oh, man. So I got a text message recently. You guys get text messages, but from numbers you don't know, right? That sucks, right? I had it happen to me recently, but I looked at it, so it looked really important. It said that my Chase debit card has fraudulent charges on it. Please click the link below. And that's a problem.
Never click the link.
Never, right? But here's the bigger problem. They spelled Chase wrong. They spelled C-H-A-Y-C-E. I'm not falling for that. So I did the smartest thing I could think of. I texted the guy back and said, you spelled Chase wrong. And then he texted back, okay. Got a little play on words here. I'm loving this. So then he texted back, your Chase debit card has fraudulent charges on it. Please click the F spell correct. So I nicely texted him back, I have Bank of America. And then he just texted back, cool. And then texted me back, your Bank of America card has fraudulent charges on it. Please click the link below. For the record, I have Chase, okay? I'm just fucking with the guy now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I messaged back, I have Chase. And he texted back, I'm blocking your number. But first, click the link below. And that was the longest relationship I was in 2023. That's what I'm doing. That's how I'm doing it right now. Yeah. I'm single. I like being single. I think I'm looking for love now. 2024 I am. Even though, I'm even looking to catch feelings. Even though this beard implies I'm looking to catch possum. I don't know how it works. I don't know. But I think there's 3 reasons I'm single. The first reason, I drive a minivan. That's a red flag. Or an episode of Unsolved Mystery with multiple red flags. Is there any couples here? Couples? I wanted to just say that just for the fun. You never know nowadays. I want you to put your arm around, it's like, me and this guy go way back. No. The reason I asked is because, I went on a date with a girl recently, and she asked me how I got there, and I said I drove. And she was like, well, what type of car do you drive? And I said, I drive a minivan. And she was like, ew, you drive a rape van? And it's like, no, right? A little bit. I was like, no, I drive the mini version. I can't afford the real thing. Have you seen gas prices nowadays? They're keeping a man down. It's insane, dude. Jesus. The second reason I'm single, I am a pro wrestling fan. Yeah? So too?
My husband.
Okay. You are technically in a couple. You're in a relationship.
I'm in a couple.
Okay. That's my fault. I did say it a certain way, and you were like, I'm not answering unless he gets official to those words. More power to you. He's a wrestling fan, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So she's married to a virgin. It's okay. It's reputation. It's not true, but it's accusation. The thing that sucks, so I'm a big wrestling fan, but I realize, at 40 years old, I'm not, the biggest wrestling fan anymore. Because people nowadays at 40 years old will go out and buy a wrestling belt. And then wear it in public. They spend $600, $700, all to let women know they can't fuck? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to let women know I'm doing it for free. I don't know. I understand that. But there was a pay-per-view called Survivor Series. It was in Chicago last year, and very big pay-per-view. And I was on the train, and there was a guy that had a wrestling belt on. And then somebody walked up to him and just kicked his ass. And took his belt. And people on the train were like, dude, they just robbed this guy. And it's like, no. He's just a new champion. That's how wrestling works. People say it's fake. No, this guy's got bruises. That's and the police got involved. They're like, "Did you see what happened?" It's like, "Yeah." And you can't too, live on pay-per-view. The guy looked back at me. I was like, "World Star?" It's like, "No, pay-per-view." There a reason I'm single? I think I've actually already had like the best sex in my life, and it happened when I lost my virginity. See, I get that up top. Thank you, Remy. So I'll paint the picture for you in the most poetic way I can. It's me in my mom's car in a church parking lot. Okay? I'm there to see Jesus and come. All right? That's my goal. All right? And I did it. I did both successfully well. Now, here's the thing. The sex was so good, I felt the earth. You ever have sex so good with the mister that you feel the earth move?
I mean, that's insane.
But yet that's not a yes or a no. You could be like, that's an insane question to ask me because I always happen all the time.
All the time.
This sex. How about gentlemen over here? Has that ever happened to you guys?
I mean, definitely.
Sure.
Don't turn to like a 20-year-old girl and shit like that. Be like, yes or no. Okay. I like when you look at him and you're just like, right? I had sex so good. What did I tell you at the bar yesterday? I had fucked her like so good it moved. Well, I had sex so good, ladies and gentlemen, that like it blew my. I couldn't figure out what happened. I realized what happened. I parked in handicap when I was getting towed. God is sometimes not that good. That's insane. So. Speaking of God, like I had a buddy of mine recently die, which is sad. It's a sad thing. But I am going to his funeral, and here's the thing: nobody knows like how he died. It's a weird thing. The only thing we know is like his last words. Parkour. You ever heard of it? Yeah, an idea maybe how he died. I don't know. The people at the funeral were interesting too because like he hung out with like a very diverse group of people. This one guy I met was like very grateful. But I think it's only because he kept referring to the funeral as Dead and Company. I don't know if it's for any Grateful Dead fans out there. The weather outside is weird, right? I actually didn't have a segue, so I was like glad nobody laughed at that. Meant to do it. So it's hot outside, a couple of days, right? It was awesome. I saw Girl Scouts on Girl Scout cookies. That lets you know the weather definitely changed, right? So I'm watching these girls sell Girl Scout cookies, and this old lady walks past, and she's like, "Look at these hustlers." Hustlers? That's the word you use? That can't talk to strangers without their parents' permission? That's okay. That's what we're gonna call them? Hustlers? Okay. I don't know. I feel like they'd be better hustlers if they're on the red line at 3 in the morning talking about, "I got loose Thin Mints." Anybody need loose Thin Mints? Come on. I got that good. What you need? I got lemon lips. Show me that cash. I got cash there. Show me some Samoas. What you got? I'm not that good with transitions. So I am 40 years old, and the best thing about being 40 is people actually will YouTube your childhood. They'll go back and see cool stuff that happened back in the day and stuff like that. Like, for me, like, I'm a big basketball fan. The Chicago Bulls in the early 90s were like the best team ever, I think, right? Okay, we got nods over here, claps, and nobody, okay. So to find out, like, they were so impressive that they came up with all this merchandise for them. And it was ridiculous what they came out with. They came up with this thing called a Scottie Pippen candy bar. It's a true thing. Google it if you have signal. It's a true thing. I love it because people want to prove me wrong, and they're like, "He's right." It's like, yeah, 90% of these are lies, but that's real. That's the actual real one. So, like, our school had to sell these candy bars to raise money for the school. My teacher was like a huge basketball pro wrestling fan too, huge basketball fan, and huge Bulls fan. he turned it into like a competition. He was like, whoever sells the most Scottie Pippen candy bars was the Michael Jordan of selling Scottie Pippen candy bars. And if you sold barely any candy bars, you were the Scottie Pippen of selling Scottie Pippen candy bars. Well, I don't know if you guys follow the tabloids or anything like that, but Michael Jordan Jr. is banging Scottie Pippen's ex-wife. Which means Michael Jordan Jr. is the Michael Jordan of banging Scottie Pippen's ex-wife. Amazing how that works. Oh my god, amazing. Shit. It's true. That one's true also. Oh man. So I'm dating. I'm trying to get out there, and I want to date. I want to date with this one girl who's wearing a mask. Right? Now it sucks being really smart, because I'm very smart, as you guys can tell with my 8 minutes on stage. I'm practically a genius. Practically. Thank you. But I went on a date with this girl, and I couldn't figure out like why she was wearing a mask. I was like, it made no sense to me. We're in a new year, right? And I asked her, is it because of COVID or some new disease and stuff? And she goes, no, I just don't want people to know I'm on a date with you. Right? And I was like, well, if you pull the mask up over your eyes, you don't have to know you're on a date with me either. So that's how that works. Let's see. Is that one more? Or is that the light? Or? We're still good? Okay. I just see people waiting for stuff. All right. Let's see. So I'll do this one. Very professional thing to say. I'll do this one. I dated this one girl way back in the day, and the reason I say way back in the day is because she was explaining to me love languages at a time where Hinge and a couple other sites didn't exist, right? And I didn't know what like love languages were, and she said that her love languages was physical touch and words of affirmation, which I found did not mean grabbing her tits and IHOP and saying, "Oh, these are flapjacks." Right? Totally on me. I messed that one up completely. Oh my god, that's so bad of me. Let's see. So, where's your favorite place to eat? Or anybody can answer this question.
Maya sushi.
Sushi? Okay. What about you?
Ramen place.
Okay. You're tapping out beer. Can I gotta ask you a question?
I don't know. I have to think for a second.
No worries. Well, when I'm off stage, I'll come to you. Don't worry. You got this. Well, here. Okay, so my favorite place to eat is behind Bulletproof Glass. Food that's made behind Bulletproof Glass is the best food ever. And I didn't know this. A buddy of mine took me to the west side of Chicago, right? And I walk into the place, and I'm like, this is different. This is interesting. And then I saw Bulletproof Glass blocking the register. And I asked my buddy, I was like, why are there bulletproof glass blocking all this stuff? And he goes, oh, that's so nobody steals the recipes. And I believed him. I was like, well, we got a problem here. The West Side of Chicago needs to get their shit together, dude. There's too many people stealing recipes out there, man. I'm surprised the news hasn't covered this. They cover gangs, they cover robbery, but nothing about the food epidemic of thievery. Nothing like that. It's insane, man. Oh my god. So, okay, I'll leave you with this. I'm pretty sure somebody's giving me the lights. Right now? Alright, cool. The craziest Tinder dates I've ever been on was with a self-proclaimed vampire. Have they done that? I haven't broke you yet. I broke you a couple of times, but I'm just I swear to Christ, if there was a TV on and there was sports on, you would, I guarantee you, like, hey, do me a favor. So I go on this date with her, right? And she asked me the golden question. She's like, have you ever been with a vampire before? And I said no. Because that's what you say if somebody says, have you been with a vampire before? Yeah. I can't yes and that. That's just not going to happen. And she looks at me and she's like, okay, cool, fresh meat. And she moves my hair back and starts biting me as hard as she can with her teeth on my neck. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then she lifts my shirt up and starts biting me here, and then stops right here. And I'm like, well, what happened? She goes, I just don't want to go any further. I'm like, well, you're a shitty vampire. She goes, why would you say that? So I was like, where do you think the blood went? And then she looked at me and she goes, you have been with a vampire before, haven't you? That's my time, guys. Thank you very much.